Today we are looking at Untouchable Magic the Gathering cards. You know, if you play a sorcery and it misses, that's because that creature is untouchable. We're going to start off with Gilliam's. One of the best protection spells, in my opinion, slip out the back. So this is cards that are either untouchable or will make other cards untouchable. Slip out the back is a blue instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and it phases out. It's actually really interesting that you bring this one up because I was looking at this card today. I was looking to see if I could somehow make some use of this card in Modern, especially since I'm playing with like a little bit more evoke cards in my deck. Maybe some cards that might disappear, and if I want to keep them around, I can slip them out the back, like evoke Subtlety in play, make my opponent do something with their creature, either leave it on top or bottom, and then I slip out the back my Subtlety, and I can keep my Subtlety around here. Next we've got, I guess this counts, Oubliette. It's like getting it, it's like you're making it have protection from you. It's like untouchable even from your point of view. So Oubliette is a 3-mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, target creature phases out until Oubliette leaves the battlefield. Tap that creature as it phases in this way. It's a bit of a weird card. Yeah, it's untouchable so long as it's under the Oubliette. It will work that way. Phasing is a funny mechanic. Super old, and then they just brought it back. They brought it back for no reason. I don't know why they did that. Was it trying to make a comeback? Did people enjoy phasing? Oh my god, this is like a $4. This is a common? Oh no, this is... What is this? It's from Streets of New Capenna. No, it's an uncommon. It's an uncommon around here. Okay, anyway, Oubliette. Let's get back to Oubliette. Is there a card called Shimmer out there? Where am I here? There we go. There's Oubliette. Anyway, Oubliette. Protect. It has protect. The creature will have protection from everything except Oubliette. Okay, let's take a look at Leon Corgi's Shimmer. Shimmer is a 4-mana enchantment. When you play Shimmer, choose a land type. And all lands of the chosen type gain phasing. Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing? All lands of the chosen... How about basic land? Each land of the chosen type has phasing. It phases in or out before its controller untaps during each of their untap steps. While it phases out, it's treated as though it doesn't exist. You choose a land. I don't understand what it means by a land type. Can this like... Is this like Blue Armageddon for everybody? What of our land types can affect... Yeah, it can affect basic or non-basic types, but it must be for a specific type. The chosen type must be an existing land type. See the glossary of comprehensive rules for more information. Oh my god, it's Blue Armageddon. Every other turn. This is awful. So I pass the turn, and then the next person's lands... Do they phase out? I think it's at the beginning of the turn, yeah. So you phase out your own lands, then Worldfire. Interesting. Not a bad idea with all the mana on the stack. Yeah, Shimmer is a very interesting card. Never heard of this card before. I'm surprised no one's ever tried to abuse this damn thing. It seems like a card that you can like game the system. Yeah, you phase out your own lands, then Armageddon, and of course, well, their lands will phase out. Well, what's left of their lands? Oh, of course, we don't hit their non-basics. They're giving us a choice between the basic and non-basic, and then that's it. Okay, next up, we got Olbai with Teferi's Veil. I didn't know Teferi had a Veil. Teferi's Veil is a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever any creature you control attacks, it phases out at end of combat. But okay, that's not bad. Hold on, that's not bad. It's gonna phase back in on the next turn. This is actually amazing protection. So you don't have to be worried about board wipes afterwards. And like, what is it gonna do anyway? Like, it attacked. It's not like I'm gonna be untapping this thing and blocking. I mean, unless that's what your deck does. I guess it also screws over vigilance creatures. Works well with mobilize. Teferi's hoarding problem. Is that a real card? That's not a real card. That can't be. Does he hoard? I don't like to speak ill of walkers. But just what did Teferi think he was doing? I guess stealing everything. It also protects clones that sacrifice at end of turn. Oh, that's interesting. So it protects basically anything that might have to be sacrificed, including actually, do you get to keep the card you stole? So there are some cards that are like gain control of target creature. You untap it. It has haste and you can attack with it. At end of turn, give it back. I don't think I'm giving it back anymore with the Teferi's Veil. This card's insane. There seems to be like some really sneaky, interesting cards coming from the phasing era of Magic the Gathering. And yet, I don't even know if anyone's even looked at these cards. So there's actually some utility here. Think you keep your Decayed Zombie token? Yeah, probably as well. It phases out at end of combat, but it has not ended yet. I mean, at the very least, it will phase out. If there was any triggers, I bet you can phase it out before it dies. Yeah, if it is a trigger at end of turn, you may keep it. If not if it's just a duration. This is pretty interesting. Okay, so the rules today is it can be phased out or it can be flickered. Like it can be exiled and then returned at end of turn or returned at the at the beginning of the next turn, something like that. So no blinking no good, because if you blink you can still get hit by sweepers. So if it phases out or it's a very long flicker effect, that's what we're counting today. Hex Drinker would not qualify. Still loses to Supreme Verdict. Phasing is slow and old. Yeah, but look at the utility. We dodge all these triggers at the combat step. Hey, Teferi's Veil is insane. What a very unique card. This isn't even worth anything. Mr. Bus Driver with the Quagnoth. Quagnoth is a 6-mana 4/5. It's got Split Second. As long as the spell is on the stack, yeah, you can't target it. Shroud, and when a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Quagnoth, return it to your hand. Huh? Oh, I see. So it's untouchable. Okay, I'll slightly give it some support here. It's not particularly untouchable on the battlefield because it gets hit by sweepers, but it's got this weird quirk that if it were to be discarded, it's not going to be discarded. It actually gets bounced right back to hand as if nothing even happened. Very funny, very funny, unique card. We got Matthew Green with Aetherling. A classic. Actually, I don't even know if it is classic. They clearly power crept Morphling. And it was okay in standard. Okay, like it's a 6-mana 4/5. That's a lot bigger than the original Morphling. For a blue, exile Aetherling. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Definitely counts. And for a blue, Aetherling is unblockable this turn. Better than flying. And for 1 mana, you can either give it +1, -1 until end of turn, or -1, +1 until end of turn. Fantastic. You know, they should have made it 5 mana, just like the original Morphling. I don't know, maybe they just didn't want to power creep it. It saw some play, and that's about it. It saw some play. Restoration Angel blinks. It does not qualify. You cannot blink. We have Indiana Jones with the Vidalian Illusionist. Remember, you can flicker, but you cannot blink. The Illusion. This is a 3-mana 2/2 Merfolk. For double blue, tap target creature phases out. It can be any creature. What did it see when it got phased out? Did it see the stars? What do you see out there? Maybe they saw a bunch of cows. Next up, let's take Mercenary. Teferi's Realm. Teferi's Realm is a 3-mana enchant world. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player chooses artifacts, creatures, lands, or global enchantments. All cards of that type phase out. What does this remind me of? There's like they make quite a few cards these days. It's like, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm thinking of the phases. There's the Fate Spinner. This reminds me of Fate Spinner, but instead of permanents, Fate Spinner deals with, you know, the steps and phases of the game. You have to like skip your main phase or skip combat or skip your, I don't know, upkeep or some crap like that. They should bring back world enchantments. Maybe. I don't know how big of a deal it is. It doesn't change the Tarmogoyf math, that's for sure. Very unique card. For some reason, again, no love. This is a $2 card. It's part of the reserve list. This is cheap. All these phasing cards, they look busted to me. The key is you have to build around this damn thing. You have to build around the card. Next up, we've got... Let's get Batman over here. Ghostway. Ghostway is the way. Is a 3-mana instant. Oh yeah, exile each creature you control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. It's basically like mini phasing. That's the way I look at cards like Ghostway. It's phasing, but like not until the next turn. It's just until end of turn. Same way. The opponent's choosing makes Teferi's Realm useless. Remember, you can do something like at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player chooses artifacts, creatures, lands, or global enchantments. All cards of that type phase out. I don't know. You make this. You somehow make your deck to play around this. I don't know how you break this. I really, honestly, have no idea. That's for the rest of you to figure out. Next we have a super chat here from Raktus. Thank you so much for your super chat, Raktus. We equip Poise. Equip Poise is a 3-mana enchantment. During your upkeep, for each land target player controls in excess of number of lands you control, target land they control phases out. Repeat the process for artifacts, then for creatures. Oh my god. It's balance. Isn't it just balance? I think it's balance. But it's a little bit more balanced because you don't actually lose the damn thing. Just during your upkeep. During your upkeep, they lose. When it's my turn, you're going to all be equal to me. Unfortunately, it's only for during your upkeep for each land. It's only for target player, right? Yeah. For each land target player controls, yeah, it's just one player. We're scoring over one player for a turn. That's about it. Benjamin Berkey, would Gust, Cloak, Savior count? What is it called? Gust, Cloak, Savior. Let's take a look. The Savior for 5 mana is a 3/4. With a, what is this, a bear? What is that? What's the set symbol? It looks like a teddy bear to me, but it can't be a teddy bear. Anyway, it's a bird soldier. 3/4 flying. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may untap that creature and remove it from combat. No, it doesn't count. I mean, this is like... This is probably like a more of a combat thing we'll do one day. Maybe we'll have another one for like almost unblockable creatures or cards that don't get damaged in combat. Well, can't unsee a teddy bear now. I know. I mean, that's all I can see. It's the teddy bear symbol. What is this? Oh, dual decks. Elspeth versus Kiora. And this is the original one from Onslaught. It's an old card. Very, very, very old card. Kano, Time and Tide. Anti-Teferi's Protection. Blue, an instant. All creatures that are phased out phase in, and all creatures with phasing phase out. Oh my god. Imagine getting hit by Time and Tide. Hit Teferi probably very hard at the time. Super, super hard. Teferi couldn't look at himself in the eye after that. Basically, got all his family and friends killed by a Time and Tide. Hexnord says, just into what's the show about? It's about cards that are untouchable by sorceries, basically. So it needs to be cards that can be phased out or flickered away, and they can come back in later. So they have to disappear temporarily disappear. So all phasing is definitely going to count, or cards that enable phasing. But before we get into that, we got to see our other Untouchable cards that you can get at FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to get my Magic the Gathering cards. Also, favorite sponsor. Secrets of Strixhaven is coming out fast and furious. Before you know it, the set is already going to be out. And if there's anything interesting to you, whether the new Ancestral Recall creature or the new Expressive Iteration, look no further than FusionGamingOnline.com, especially when you get a coupon code Nikachu to get 5% off all your purchases. And of course, when you use my coupon code, it is going to support the channel, which is wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, we got... where are we moving on here? More Shimmering. Phil Go with Shimmering Efreet. Different from Shimmering. This is a 3-mana 2/2 Efreet with flying and phasing. When Shimmering Efreet phases in, target creature phases out. What is that? Okay, so when it phases in... Oh, that's interesting. It's almost like removal for like during your turn. So it's only going to be around half the time, but so is your opponent's cards. I think this is very, very cool. I can't remember what Airbend does. It might count. It might count. Give me an Airbending card. We can take a look at that. Life or Death, which is the illusion? Maybe a little bit of both. We got Bab with Sten, Paranoid Partisan. Sten Paranoid Partisan is a 2-mana 2/2 human wizard. As it enters the battlefield, choose a card type other than creature or land. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. Now, for 3 mana, we can exile Sten. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. What did... Oh, I see. This is a paranoid card. And you know what? I might be paranoid too. You don't look like you should be up at night. It looks like you're reading... Actually, it looks like you're reading a map. I don't know what would be so harmful doing that, but I guess it must be a sneaky map. You know, it's a very important map. It's behind a door, lock and key. You're not supposed to be over there. Dodging the guards. Hexanort with Noctis Heir Apparent. Oops, what am I giving you a super chest sound effect for? Okay, Noctis. Noctis is a 3-mana 2/3 human noble. Whenever a creature you control enters during combat, you may attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. Now it's also got Warp Strike. For 3 mana, exile Noctis. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control, tapped and attacking at the beginning of that player's next declare attack step. What? Oh, I see. Okay, so at our next attack step, it comes back. It can't be blocked this combat. Interesting. So not only can we protect this card, when it comes back, it's already going to be in the mood to attack and unblockable. Super untouchable card. Untouchable by removal, untouchable in combat. Does the card have to protect your creature, or can it protect your hand? I'd rather it protected the board. Is there something that like protects, like it phases out a card from your hand? That sounds insane. If so, it sounds like an arena card. Rare Blue Skittles, Ripples of Potential. A lot of ripples. Ripples of Potential is a 2-mana instant. Proliferate. Then choose any number of permanents you control that had a counter on them this way. Those permanents phase out. Basically, yeah. My permanents, they're very, very suspicious. Look at that. Instant speed phase everything out. Dodge all the removal. Dodge potentially bad blockers. Dodge sweepers. That's basically removal. I basically dodge problems. Okay, next up, Christopher B with the Hostile Hostel. Okay, how does this work? Hostile Hostel is a land for taps for a colorless. Pay 1, tap, sack a creature. Put a soul counter on Hostile Hostel. Then if there are 3 or more soul counters on it, remove the counters, and it's going to transform into the amazing Creeping In. When the Creeping In attacks, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creature cards exiled with Creeping In. Oh, and this card actually phases out? Get out of here. That's so weird. That it looks like it has nothing to do with the card at all. And then all of a sudden, phase out. That's right. Can never hit that Hostile Hostel. Why kill with Norn the Wary? Norn the Wary, the most popular, most famous coward in all of Magic the Gathering. Is there a more cowardly character than this one? Red 2-1. Whenever a player plays a spell or a creature attacks, remove Norn the Wary from the game. Return to play under its owner's control at end of turn. Most cowardly card of all time. Matthew Green with an Airbend card. Airbender Ascent. Okay, let's take a look. Airbender Ascension. Let's take a look at it. Let's see if it counts. So this is a 2-mana enchantment. When the enchantment enters, airbend up to 1 target creature. Whenever a creature you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, if this enchantment has 4 or more quest counters on it, exile up to 1 target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. No, that's flicker. No flickering allowed. It's got to be, sorry, no blinking allowed. Flickering allowed, no blinking. You can't blink. Exile up to 1 target creature, then it just comes back immediately. It's got to come back a little bit later. Ironically, not a coward. Oh yeah, that's right. We actually have a coward creature type. Should be human warrior coward. It's very, very cowardly. No, airbend needs to be recast. Oh, is that how it works? Exile up to 1 target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield. How does airbend? Is this even an airbending card then? Oh, airbend up to 1 creature. When the creature is exiled, if a token is exiled by airbend, it will cease to exist. Yeah, these cards don't have reminder text anymore, which is awful. It's just terrible. When the creature is exiled or is attached, the exiled creature will be put into its owner's graveyard. Any equipment will become unattached. Any counters, when the card returns to the battlefield, it will be a new object with no connection to the card. I don't get this card. Okay, so it airbends up to 1 target creature. How does airbending work? How does airbend work? I need to learn. When you airbend a permanent or spell, you exile it, allowing its owner to recast it later for only 2 generic mana. Only 2 mana. Actually, then plot counts. 100% plot would count for the show too. Because you can, like, how long can you leave something in plot? Forever? I think you can leave, like, plot for forever. Okay, here's the reminder of text. Exile it when exile its owner may cast. Yeah, okay, excellent. Thank you so much, Bab. Yeah, you can pay 2 mana. So it's just plot. It sounds like the same damn thing. Okay, Benjamin Berkey wants redemption. Bottled Cloister. Bottled Cloister is a 4-mana artifact. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, exile all cards from your hand face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, return all cards you own exiled with Bottled Cloister to your hand, then draw a card. What? Exile all cards from your hand face down. Return all cards you own. Untouchable MTG cards. They are exiled and untouchable. Okay. No, it's not plot. It bounces from the battlefield, not from hand. Yeah, but you still play. It still goes to exile. You send the creature to the plot zone. That's right. It goes to the plot zone. Or as what would they call it actually in Pokemon? The lost zone. It's all the lost zone. All these cards are lost. Damn it. Okay, we have Rakdos. Actually, True Name Nemesis would not count for this show. I'll tell you that straight up. Rakdos, would Taunos' Coffin count? It fit the non-phasing aspect of the theme, also paying it forward. Thank you so much, Rakdos. That super chat is so big, we'll donate half of it to somebody. So we want Taunos' Coffin. No, Taunos, you're dead already. Taunos' Coffin. Good God. You may choose not to untap this artifact during your untap step. For 3 mana, tap exile target creature and all auras attached to it. Note the number and kind of counters that were on the creature. When the artifact leaves the battlefield or becomes untapped, return that exiled card to the battlefield under its owner's control, tapped with a noted number of kinds of counters on it. Why did they even have to leave? Anyway, this definitely counts. If you do, return the other exiled cards to the battlefield under their owner's control attached to that permanent. What the hell? What a weird card. But yes, it counts. He has 365 gray shirts. I don't have that many. I have to wash them every so often. In fact, I did wash them today. Nikachu does his own laundry at home, like an adult. The Lost Zone is a bit more permanent. Exile is used as a medium for... Hey, look, a long time ago, I think the Exile Zone was supposed to be permanent. We just mutated into something different by today's standards. Okay, Prince of Winners, you're going to get half of that super chat. Teferi's... Oh my god, Teferi's protection. Dude knows when his protection... All right. We got Teferi's protection, everybody. Holy moly, this is like $50. This must be actually good. I guess it's the ultimate answer to somebody's Cyclonic Rift. Everyone hates Cyclonic Rift except the guy with Teferi's protection in hand. 3 mana instant until your next turn. Your life total can't change and you gain protection from everything. And all perms you control phase out. Of course, exile your Teferi's protection. I can't believe this card. Well, it's still sort of early in the show today. Okay, Pace's Fan Forever's card gets disqualified, so we're gonna donate that to somebody. Like Map? Yes, you like Super Chats, don't you? Appa, Steadfast Guardian. Steadfast Guardian is a 4 mana 3/4 buys an ally. Oh, this thing, flash flying. When Appa enters, airbend any number of other target non-land permanents you control. Oh, look at there. Finally, reminder text. Beautiful. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 ally creature token. We're going to need them. Let's get Lord Jarek. What? Where are we going? Lord Jarek says, rescue from the underworld. Rescue from the Underworld is a 5 mana instant. As an additional cost to cast Rescue from the Underworld, sacrifice a creature. Choose target creature card in your graveyard. Return that card to the and the sacrifice card to the battlefield under your control. At the beginning of your next upkeep, exile Rescue from the Underworld. That is not the topic of today's show. Those are both very touchable cards. They're not untouchable. Rin with Northampton Farm. What is... Oh, this is a new card. Oh, it's that house in the movie. It's the house in the I didn't get it when I was watching it as a kid. Okay, that's fine. Land, tap for a colorless, and for 1 mana, tap exile target creature you own. That didn't happen in the movie. Pay 2, tap sacrifice this land. Return a creature card exiled with this land to the battlefield under your control. Return each other card exiled with this land to its owner's hand. What? Oh, that's if you sacrifice it. So they're bringing back these damn storage. Yeah, it's Safe Haven all over again. What is the difference between this and Safe Haven? Like, did they make it better? Oh, they actually did. So we now can tap for mana. So we're like almost... I think we're like free rolling this now. So we can tap for mana. We can, in theory, exile our creatures as they get removed, and then we can crack this thing. You know what this really needs is, like, it needs to say that if Northampton Farm goes to the graveyard for any reason, put all the creatures back into your hand. Yeah, Safe Haven doesn't tap for mana. It's too safe. It was playing it way too safe, and therefore it became useless. I think it's just too easy to destroy. Like, I think it's just you get no value out of this card, in my opinion. They're gonna blow it up. They're just gonna blow up the damn thing. But that thing is IP locked if Wizards wants to reprint the card later on. Maybe. We don't know their agreements. You know, for all we know, they've got like these 10-year agreements to like reprint these cards, and probably not. At the very least, they always have the out of making a Godzilla version of the card, you know? They have to make Godzilla versions of original Magic the Gathering cards and turn them into like, what's it not? Not Universes Beyond, what's it called? Universes Within? We have to make Universes Within Godzilla cards. Yeah, Strip Mine is the is what kills this thing. Okay, we're going to take a look at more of these cards that keep your cards safe, or they're untouchable. We also have to thank our other sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. My favorite place to... the best way to play on Magic Online, if you like to play a lot of decks, you like to play a lot of formats, is you have to rent them. There's no other way to do it. Whoops, this is the wrong thing. There's no other way to play your favorite paper formats digitally online than with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using coupon code Nikachu_BH2 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And I'm experimenting a lot, actually, recently. If you're an experimenter, you have to rent. There's just no other way. It's that way or the highway. Corvinick says, so when a company gives the rights to print a card like this, Wizards of the Coast owns the right to the card itself, even if it portrays other intellectual properties. We don't have to show those properties. Like, if they make their own Godzilla card called, and they can rename it. It can be anything. I mean, maybe it can say Northampton Farm at the bottom. I'm not sure what they would be allowed, but let's say, oh, look at that. Like, it says 2026 Viacom. Yeah, they reprint the text of the card. That's not like that big of a deal. I mean, worst case scenario, they just make another card that's identical to this, but with a different name and art. Next, because I'm not going to speak on what their agreement was, because I don't know what their agreement is. I mean, it is very good. It is safe to assume reprinting these cards are harder. They will definitely not be using the art. Look, there's a turtle at the top of that. That'll be a no. They're not going to let them do that. That's for sure. Yeah, the real issue I see is the trademark creature types. What is a trademark creature type? It's not going to be turtle. That's interesting. I didn't pay close attention to that. But I don't know what would be so trademarked to the movies and to the show that is outside the range of Magic the Gathering. Unless, maybe you're talking about the other universes beyond Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We've got... Oh, hold on. We have super chats. Okay, Pacers Friend Forever wants some redemption, because unfortunately got disqualified. Perch Protection. Perch Protection is a 6-mana instant. Gift an extra turn. Good God! That's not going to be worth it. No, God, please, create 4 2/2 blue bird creature tokens with flying. If the gift was promised, all permanents you control phase out. And until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. What is this? Teferi's Protection number 2? It's Teferi's extra protection, and then you have to exile your Perch Protection. Why is this $1? Oh, it's an instant. This is literally Teferi's Protection number 2. It should be worth more than $1. I guess it's Teferi's Protection at home. Progenitus will not. Progenitus is not going to count. It's got to be like phased out. It's got to be flickered away. It's got to go into exile. But like I said earlier, plot cards are going to count. You get something plotted. Like, I would love to kill a slick shot show off. I'm not allowed to. Vile Bile. That's disgusting. You really aren't supposed to touch it. Oh, silver border card, not donated. Disqualified. We did Norn the Wary. Sorry about that. We got PDX with Toulouse. Toulouse, Clever Conductor. Is a 3-mana 3/1 human rogue. When Toulouse, Clever Conductor, enters the battlefield, it connives. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile them from your graveyard. Good God. When Toulouse dies, put the cards exiled with it into its owner's hands. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards... That's weird! So we're... Whenever you're... So everything in the graveyard is fine now, but all new cards get exiled? That is just bizarre. I guess I have to count this. Those are untouchable cards. Super untouchable. Matthew Green with the green slime. If plot counts, what about Forta? Absolutely. Very gooey. It's a 3-mana 2/2. Oh my god, he's gonna drown in that slime. It's an ooze. It's got flash. When the green slime enters the battlefield, counter target activated or triggered ability from an artifact or enchantment source. If a permanent's ability is countered this way, destroy that permanent. Good god. Imagine death by slime. No one can hear you scream. You just die in like a blubbery way. It's got Foretell. During your turn, you can pay 2 and exile this card from your hand face down. Cast on a later turn for its Foretell cost. These are going to count. Because they are technically untouchable. Underrated slime, huh? People like that. People love their slime out there. We got Soth, Life Streams Blessing. Life Streams. Blessed the life stream. Oh, this is Final Fantasy 7? Yeah, Final Fantasy 7. 6-mana instant. Draw X cards, where X is the greatest power among creatures you controlled. As if you cast this spell? If the spell was cast from exile, you gain twice X life. Look at that. You actually want to foretell this card. Foretell for 5 mana. I mean, I loosely understand the storyline of Final Fantasy 7. Maybe not all of it. I don't know how Genova is part of it. I mean, the basic plot that I know of is Sephiroth wants to become a god. So he's throwing a meteor at a planet that can heal itself. And when it heals itself, it's gonna absorb all the energy. Then he's gonna become a god. I think he would just become a very, very, very powerful human. But you know what? He has a different mind of his own. Yeah, I know somehow Genova's like his mom, but I just don't. I can't connect the dots. I don't know the details. I just know the big picture story. I don't know the little politics and the little drama, the soap opera in between. Someone comes out of nowhere and turns the plot around. Vindar with Venser the Sojourner. I love Venser. I love it when his name is Sojourner. This is a 5-mana 3 loyalty Venser. +2, exile target permanent you own, and you return it to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. Also, -1, creatures are unblockable this turn. And -8, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell, exile target permanent. Bad for the opponents, good for me. Might come spoilers. I haven't played that one yet. What? Final Fantasy 7? You haven't played Final Fantasy 7? I don't play any of the Final Fantasy games. I loosely know the plot to that thing. How have you been completely sheltered from that, the whole storyline? Genova is pretty much the planet's Genova is pretty much the planet's solidified into a physical being. You're saying that Genova is a planet? Okay, next up. Okay, Genova is the calamity. Meteor infected with spirits. Okay, now this is getting too complicated. I can't follow you guys. Okay, fan factor with Eudora. The Grave Gardener. Does this count? Well, how many of you everyone's like, does this count? Does this count? I thought this show is pretty straightforward. It turns your dying creatures into... Okay, thank you for the suspense. It's a 5-mana 5/5 Treefolk Druid. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. It's a forest land. Nah, it's not. I mean, it's not untouchable. That creature was very touchable. In fact, it was so touchable it died. It got reanimated. It can die again. It can be dead twice for extra good measure. It doesn't protect itself at all. In fact, it's blocking with its face. That's the problem. This is the third Norn the Wary. How many times people are going to ask about Norn the Wary? Done Norn the Wary many. It counts, but it's been done. Many times. Raktus again with the super chat. Thanks so much for your super chats, Raktus. Representing David Hauer with Taunos Endures. Oh, look at that. Looking out for everyone in chat. Taunos Endures by David Hauer. Look at that, David. You got yourself a super chat. I could swear David was just here. There's David. There's David's suggestion. We have a white instant. Exile target creature. It gains at the beginning of your upkeep. If this card is exiled, it perpetually gets +1/+1, and then you may put it onto the battlefield. Oh, you may? So that's interesting. You can keep it exiled for forever. Just like you basically compound its keep compounding its +1/+1. Exile target creature, like 5 turns later, it'll have +5/+5. It'll be ready for war in no time. That's a very unique card. Only in this isn't even an arena thing, actually. This doesn't have to be an alchemy ability. It's easy enough to do this. Oh no, it says perpetually. But you can say it gets a +1/+1 count. Can we have +1/+1 counters in exile, or is that a no-no? That might be a huge no-no. Raznab just got here. Reality Ripple. Ooh, for 2 mana. Instant. Target artifact, creature, or land phases out. Not only does this count, this person looks like they're about to be erased from history. That's probably worse than death. No one will even know you existed. Erased from the history books. David Howard says you could do some finagling, probably, but it'd suck hard. What the hell is finagling? I don't want to do any finagling. Okay, Bob Talks Bridge with my girl, Nylia. The Keen-Eyed is indestructible and often can't be hit by creatures. That doesn't count, though. Okay, it's got to be... as long as your devotion to green is less than 5, Nylia isn't a creature. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And for 3 mana, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. No, sorry, this does not count. It's very... You can hit it a million times. Oh, this is an interesting suggestion from Christopher King. Sensei's Divining Top. This does count. So 1 mana artifact for 1 mana. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put them back in any order. But for a tap, you can draw a card and put Sensei's Divining Top on top of your library. That's it. It's gone. You try to blow it up? Nope, you cannot blow it up. That's the very first thing I do when someone is wiping the entire board of all permanents. I save my Sensei's Divining Top. It's like the one thing that I can save. It's the one thing. I can't save anything else. Lestian with Salvation Swan. Salvation Swan is a 4 mana 3/3 bird cleric with flash and flying. When Salvation Swan or another bird you control enters, exile up to 1 target creature you control without flying. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. We're gonna teach other birds to fly. Actually, if one or another bird, exile up to 1 target creature. Okay. We're teaching anything how to fly. In fact, I can fly if I try hard enough. According to this Salvation Swan. We've got next Menosei. Sorry, did you get a card, Christopher? Okay, I'll get to Menosei later. Golden Argosy. Okay, we've got a 4 mana 3/6 vehicle. When it attacks, exile each creature that crewed it this turn. Return them to the battlefield tapped under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. What a weird card. Oh, but it's only crew 1. But it can be over-crewed. You can, like, crew it with everything if you really want to. Okay, Menosei with Kaito Shizuki. Kaito Shizuki is a 3 mana 3 loyalty Kaito. At the beginning of your end step, if Kaito entered the battlefield this turn, he phases out. This thing is disgusting. +1, draw a card, then discard a card unless you attack this turn. -2, create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token with this creature can't be blocked. And -7, you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player. Search your library for a blue or black creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Very interesting, unique card. Another Kaito. Do all these Kaitos phase? Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. Is a 4 mana 4 loyalty ninjutsu, 1 for 3 mana. Now during your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja creature and has hexproof. +1, you get an emblem. Ninjas get +1/+1. 0 is surveil 2, then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. -2, tap target creature, put 2 stun counters on it. Oh, this is very touchable. Only on their turn. Yeah, this Kaito, untouchable because of the phasing. Other Kaito, very touchable. Cards, okay, the cards that are in a zone you cannot interact with. So like phased out creatures and cards that have been exiled, or cards that have been cast into exile for that matter. That's the theme of today's show. Raktus with another beautiful, beautiful big super chat. Another chat rep, suspend from Lord Jerixus. Look at that. Raktus is looking out. Eridar, Lord of the Burning... what? Eridar, Lord of the Burning... What was that? Is that another card, or is that a person in chat? Okay, we have suspend, a blue instant, exile target creature, and put 2 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that one. Cards that gain suspend. They gone. And they ain't coming back. Yeah, John, now we're getting the suspend cards out. Ancestral Vision. Oh man, what happened to this card? This card used to be banned in Modern. I mean, it used to be straight banned. Now it's worthless. So it's a sorcery. Ancient Vision, Ancestral Vision is blue. Suspend 4 for a blue. Target player draws 3 cards. Just worthless these days. It's a bad top deck. Or is it still a bad top deck? Now I'm thinking about this card. Maybe this card is good. Because it can get pitched, you know? Late in the game, you can pitch it away to, like, Force of Negation and Subtlety. These are like cards I completely forgot about. Very, very cool card. Suspend can be interacted with Eldrazi processors. Well, that's a very, very niche card. Super, super niche. We could actually make a show about cards that interact with the uninteractable. Nikachu collects the souls of Magic players. Only in my spare time. Korbanek. Funny options. Sakura. Why Sakura Tribe Elder? I don't get it. Okay, a serious option. March of... I don't get the funny option. It's just a 1/1 that gets sacrificed. Oh, is it because you can't hit it with removal because it'll just sacrifice anyway? That's not really within the spirit of the show today. March of Swirling Mists is a blue X instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of blue cards from your hand, and the spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. So for each blue card, you get to target 2 more cards with this card. Up to X target creatures phase out. Protect your board from a sweeper. Remove your opponent's board from blocking. The choices are yours. Argentina, what's Arcanus? Oh, does it bounce itself back to hand? Oh, it does. So we have a 6 mana 3/4 wizard, and for tap, draw 3 cards, and for 4 mana, we go boing. Return Arcanus to its owner's hand. I totally forgot it had that ability. That's a bit weird. You don't see those sort of abilities on big chunky creatures. Well, to be honest, I don't even see this ability on any creature, period. Was this 2 chats? I don't get it. Eridar, Lord of the Burn. Hold on, maybe you wanted a super chat out of this. Eridar, Lord. Is this a real card? Lord of the Burning Legion. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the second half of this damn thing is. Okay, I'm just gonna donate it. Can we count the One Ring? Nope. We got Banasir here. The Eon Chronicler. Chronicling the Eons. Or the Aeons or whatever. This person looks like an Aeon Chronicler if there ever was one. For 5 mana, Star Avatar. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. Suspend X. What the hell? Suspend X, and 4 mana. X can't be 0. I don't even understand how to use this ability. Whenever a time counter is removed from Eon Chronicler while it's exiled, draw a card. You pay 4 mana and X, and every single time. So it's like a weird self-creating Howling Mine sort of thing. Wykill says, much love to the show. Thank you, chat. You're welcome. Take care if you're leaving. Voltland with Mist Dragon. It does, and it's very misty. It's a 6 mana 4/4 dragon, and for 0 flying, 0 loses flying. Why? What was the point of that? We just had flying. Oh, it lasts indefinitely. Okay. Okay, there's literally only one reason I would think you want to lose flying. So actually you have to read the Oracle text. When it gains flying, it's forever. This effect lasts indefinitely. So there's probably supposed to be protection. Yeah, that was actually it, old boy. To protect yourself from Hurricane. Because Hurricane hits all flying creatures. Hurricane deals X damage to each creature with flying in each player. And I guess there's might be some other niche, like green cards that hit flying stuff. But anyway, and then 5 mana to phase it out. This is very, very strange. This is the only card in maybe Magic that tries to lose its ability to fly. It works so hard to get it in the first place. Next up, we've got Matthew Green. I don't know to why kill with Robe of Stars. We have a lot of donations today. Everyone's being very generous. We have a 2 mana equipment, and equipped creature gets +0/+3. Astral Projection. For 2 mana, equipped creature phases out. Look at that. Why kill knows they're phasing out creatures. Equip for 1. Is this really that good? This is a pretty popular card. It's like $14. Astral Projection. Equipped creature phases out. So we can phase it out whenever we want. I guess it protects commanders from getting messed with until it gets back to their turn. That's the most important thing. In fact, says no card counted yet. Or did I disqualify? No, yeah, Mother of Runes gets disqualified too. It's gotta be off the table. I guess that's today's show. It's not even on the table. It's got to be in some freaking outside the world zone. I mean, if it's on the battlefield, if it's still on the battlefield, you've done something wrong. Sorry, Mike. Would Robe of Stars fall off when activated? No, actually, because everything that is on the creature phases out with it. Great question. Phasing is weird. It's like, okay, I'm taking all my auras and equipment with me. Everything with the card, including the counters. The Big Squid with Hakdos. The Unscarred. I don't know how many Hakdoses there are out there. So this is a 4 mana 6/1 human warrior. Attacks each combat if able. If Hakdos entered the battlefield, choose 2, 3, or 4 at random. Hakdos has protection from each converted mana cost other than the chosen number. It does not really count for today's show. Sorry about that. So I mean, it has protection from those things, but still very touchable. It's not untouchable. Then doesn't every legendary creature count if they're in the command zone? That is true. But I'm not counting, I'm actually not counting that, yeah, no commanders allowed. We had a little bit of a discussion when before the show started about that. Steve Cooper with King of the Oathbreakers and a Dono. Thanks so much for Steve Cooper. Maybe we can count some Eminence commanders, but yeah, I can't count like generic commanders because the command zone is pretty untouchable. This is a 4 mana 3/3 Spirit Noble flying. Whenever King of Oathbreakers or another spirit you control becomes the target of a spell, it phases out. Really? So basically everything's phasing out. Nothing dies anymore. Whenever King of the Oathbreakers or another spirit you control phases in, create a tapped 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. And we get the spirits too? Or another spirit you control. Oh, only the spirits that we control phase out. When they phase back in, we get spirits. Cool. We got Alex the Mexican with Oloro, the Ageless Ascetic. This is a 6 mana 4/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 2 life. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card, and each opponent loses 1 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if a Loro Ageless Ascetic is in the command zone, you gain 2 life. Okay. We'll count this. Can't do anything about that 2 life. Son of a bee. You're in the command zone. You hit my weakness. Can we count commanders like... Yeah, I think Eminence is going to be fair game. Because that is untouchable. Felicia with Taste. Okay, hold on. You get a dono. Forgot that Steve Cooper gave a dono. Teysa of the Ghost Council. An arena card. Does she have the same pose here? Sort of. I want to say some weird photoshopping has happened here where they took the image and then like swapped it or something. Anyway, okay, the 4 mana 0/5 Spirit Advisor, starting intensity of 0. That means nothing to me. When Teysa enters, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Teysa intensifies by 1. Spirits you control get +X/+0, where X is Teysa's intensity. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile Teysa. If you do, at the beginning of your next upkeep, return Teysa to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it gains haste. That counts. That definitely counts. Benjamin Berkey. Getting horny on main again. Menace with the Vision Charm. Thank you so much for your super chat, Menace. I've been playing with a lot with this card lately. It's a blue instant, and it's got a lot of janky abilities. Choose one. Target artifact phases out. I don't think Wizards had any idea that this would end up being a powerhouse. Something like exactly 30 years later. That's crazy. And also has the abilities put the top 4 cards of target player's library into their graveyard, which is also relevant. One mode I haven't been able to use it yet is all lands of one type are basic lands of your choice until end of turn. I haven't been able to crack the code on that. I guess if my opponent only has basics, I can change all their basics to some other basic. If I understand this card correctly, all lands changed are changed to the same type. This card is insane for 1 mana. Yeah, but it's hard to use. It has like one purpose. Turn on... Oh, yeah, I guess so. Get Island Walk for 1 turn. I used all of the modes before, but that was a long time ago. It's hard to use all the modes now. Okay, next up. We've got... I don't know if Christopher King even got a first card. Eternal Scourge. Oh, this is the guy that likes to hide out in exile. 3 mana, 3/3. You may cast Eternal Scourge from exile. When Eternal Scourge becomes the target of a spell or ability, I'm out of here. An opponent... Oh, sorry. If it's targeted by an opponent, exile Eternal Scourge. But you can cast it, so it's just chilling out there. It's just chilling. Everyone's confused in the in that Lost Zone. Not Eternal Scourge. Vec with Gallifrey Falls. Gallifrey Falls is a 6 mana instant. Deals 4 damage to each creature, and if a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Okay, it is untouchable, but also it's sort of technically dead, right? No more for 3 mana. Did I touch something? I'm hearing a super chat sound effect. Okay, no more. Any number... Oh, it's the second side. Any number of target creatures you control phase out. All right. It was the second side of this damn thing. Everyone's looking for redemption down here. Okay, the big squig. Endless Swarm. Get that redemption quickly. How much time do you guys have for redemption? Just like 2 minutes. 2 minutes for redemption. Endless Swarm is an 8 mana sorcery. Put a +1, 1/1 green snake creature token into play for each card in your hand, and it's got epic. For the rest of the game, you can't cast spells. At the beginning of each of your upkeeps. Copy the spell except for its epic ability. For the rest, do I count? I don't know if I count this thing. For the rest of the game, you can't cast spells. It's like an untouchable effect, but it's not particularly an untouchable card. I mean, it has to resolve, right? Eldrazi come from in between the Lost Zone in the lore. Oh yeah, that's a good point. They do, don't they? Okay, Bryce also looking for redemption. Oh, yeah, I'm disqualifying Endless Swarm too. I don't know, this is one of those shows. Sometimes you just don't, you never get it in the end. How is Boseiju who endures count? I don't get it. It's an ability on a channel land. But if it's in play, you can blow it up, right? Destroy target artifact or enchantment. They look for a land. Let's go to someone to foresee. Out of time. It's funny. Everyone looking for redemption, they're also out of time. It's a 3-mana enchantment. When out of time enters the battlefield, untap all creatures, then phase them out until out of time leaves the battlefield. And then put a time counter on out of time. For each creature phased out this way, also has vanishing. Beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter. Oh, yeah, and when the last is removed, you gotta sack it. How does Shieldred count? This is the, I assume you mean the OG. Or I don't know about OG. So we have a 5-mana, 4/5 menace, ETB, opponent sacks a non-token creature. 5-mana exile Shieldred, then returns to the battlefield transformed. But it comes back immediately. For each opponent, destroy a creature. Each opponent discards 3 cards. Put all creature cards. No, this does not count either. So if it exiled and then like went away for a few turns, but it just comes back immediately. I'll have to say the creature is sort of untouchable, but then the enchantment side is not. It's one of these shows where it gets explained quite clearly early on or during the show, and then people just join at an unfortunate time. They're like, what is this show about? Okay, Toilet Duck, suspend aggression. The rules look very clear in the beginning. You have to, yeah, I swear, you guys, you have to be there at the start of the show. Suspend aggression, 3-mana instant, exile target non-land permanent and the top card of your library. For each of those cards, its owner may play it until the end of their next turn. Weird. Exile target non-land permanent. For each of those cards. Oh, you can exile someone else's card and you can play it. You can play. Okay, is there anyone with no one? Is there anyone with no card yet? Who has no card? I think we got all the no card people. Okay, Fan Factor. I swear to God, can't. Third time's the charm. Candela, Aegis of Adig, whatever the hell, something. This is. They made an arena spacecraft card. It's a white with flash. It's a 1-mana spacecraft. That is a very cheap spacecraft. When Candela enters, return up to 1 target creature you control to its owner's hand. It perpetually gets +1/+1. It's got station. 8+. It becomes a flying creature. Whenever Candela deals combat damage to a player, you may put a creature card with mana value 3 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. This card itself does not have like any protection. Or like, what does it do? It returns 1 target creature you control back to hand. Do I count that? Bouncing a card back to hand? It feels very lame. Maybe I'll count that. Whatever. Displacer actually doesn't count because that's pure blink. It's gotta be a little bit of time between. Because if it blinks immediately, you know it's still there, as if nothing happened. I can't sleep without redemption. We did not do Squee the Immortal. Oh, interesting. Squee the Immortal. Okay, I can count this. It's 3-mana 2/1. You can cast Squee the Immortal from your graveyard or from exile. So it's like if they go to the graveyard, that's okay. It's like it's like part of your hand. It's like Squee didn't go anywhere at all. It's totally fine over there. Okay, that's it for today. It was a little slightly rough show, but you know what? I think we had a lot of fun. And as usual, we do these shows 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. For everyone watching live, this is going to be it. There's like one more day of two shows a day, and then I'm gone for like 3 weeks. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be back the 27th. You know, it'll be over before you know it. But thanks to everybody out there. We're gonna have a lot of shows to watch in the meantime. So we got to thank everyone who supports the show. If you have been a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people get to be part of the show. And of course, thank you so much, Coffee Crew, for being here today. People like Mappia, Someone24C. We got the Big Squig. We got Y Kill here, Raznab, Argentina, Ractus, Christopher B, Kano. We got Mercenary, Matthew Green, Old Boy, Benjamin Berkey, Bob Talks Bridge, Hexanort, PDX. What the hell are you doing, Manose? Spectral Adversary. You know, this is a little late. What is this? Spectral Adversary. Oh, this card, a 2-mana 2/1 flash flying. When it enters the battlefield, you can pay 2 mana any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many +1/+1 counters on Spectral Adversary, and then up to that many other target artifacts, creatures, and enchantments, they phase out. Good. What a good call. Okay. Where are we? We're back here. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the next cup.